Since after yesterday, somebody walked up to me and told me that, Mommy, Wednesday you hurt my feelings. The person was like, I was really hurt on Wednesday. And I said, oh, really? I'm so sorry. Why did I say something? Did I mention your name? No. The message was, it's like when the message is coming and you know that, I said, oh, it's like you are doing something. So I was really hurt. But as for today, it's like I'm a little relieved. And I said, I thank God. So to all those I heard their feelings on Wednesday, forgive me. Forgive me. Am I forgiven? Am I forgiven? I will not stop. Media, I like blasting. Accept me that way. I'm a tattoo bomb. Yesterday too, I blasted. But some people didn't hear anything yesterday. They just remember demonstration. Where are those people? All they remember is demonstration. That's all that they remember from it. Only demonstration. Amen. Amen. Today is our last day. And today, let's see if we can do something little. You see, my aim this year is not for you to, after this session, I want you to think through it. I'm not the one thinking for you. I want you to be able to break things down for yourself. If you can get to know who God has created you to be, as we said on the first day, if you can identify who you are, your packaging, ask people, who do men say that I am? Get to know you and work on you. I believe that you are on the right track. Even if you are in the most terrible of marriages, you can recover. Amen. How many people know Abigail and Nabal the fool? Do we all know that couple? Did we ever hear about Abigail after she married David? Did we? Bishop? Did we? You are the bishop, so. You see, sometimes your partner's foolishness makes you relevant. So when you leave that person, your relevance dies. And some of you, those are the relationships you are forcing to leave. Sorry, I didn't say you should stay. Can we start today? Today we are talking on what? What's the topic? Kobe? What's the topic? Genotype compatibility. What's genotype? Who can help me? I'm not a scientist, though. I'm a social scientist. Who knows who a social scientist is? I'm not a scientist. That one I can do some more. Hello, I'm not a scientist. I'm a social scientist. Oh, the thing they've been doing on TikTok. I didn't read science. I read social science. I can do some. That is nice. It's rhyming. I can add. I don't study human blood. I study human relationship, right? Hey, I'm moving. Hey. The science people, who can help me? What is genotype? Who can help me? Let's talk, please. I need somebody to talk. Who will help me? There's a scientist here. He's a scientist. Okay. Yes, sir. Oh, we have to get up. Can the mic go around for now till it's question time?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello.
I'm not a scientist. I'm an engineer.
You are an engineer.
Yes.
Okay.
But genotype has to do with a lot of things about human being.
Okay.
Your DNA.
Your DNA.
Yeah, your characteristics, your biological characteristics.
Your biological characteristics.
Yeah, okay. And even your behavioral traits.
Your behavioral traits.
Yeah, the way you behave. It's part of your
genotype.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your blood group.
Your blood group.
Yeah, that's what comprises of genotype.
Your genotype.
Yeah.
Okay. Grammar. Can somebody else break it down for me? Genotype. Oh, there's no science student here. Ah, really? Sophie, what did you do? You're also a social scientist. Oh, we are a lot. Ah, are you sure? What did you do as first degree? Psychology and social work. Really? Oh, you're not a scientist, you're a social scientist. I see. Interesting. Ah, any scientists here? They didn't come. Or they are now coming. Maybe the one at the gate. Who is at the gate? Is the person a scientist? Pastor Somwa. Oh, okay. Who knows their blood type? That one day we should know. Who knows their blood type? Yes. Where's the microphone? Who knows their blood type? Pastor Soma, do you know your blood type? Your blood group? Do you know? Hey. Mr. Adetona, do you know?
Yeah, I do.
You are
A.
You are blood group A.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know your genotype? Whether you are AS, SS, AA, AC. Do you know?
I think I'm AA.
You are AA. Yeah. Okay. Madam, do you know yours? Okay.
Plus zero.
Zero plus. You are O positive. Okay, but do you know your genotype? What?
A zero. A zero.
AA.
Yeah. O A or O.
Okay. Mrs. Ofori. Yes.
Blood group O positive.
O positive.
And then genotype AA.
AA. Oh, okay. What also? Mr. Ofori, please, do you know yours?
A positive and
Okay.
AA.
And AA. Wow. You are also AA. Nice. Yes. Can I have some single people? You see, those who are married, they've checked though. Some of you, you don't know, and you are still doing Megremont. Eh? You are Megremonting yourself. Can I have? Oh, nobody will tell me. Yes. Yes. Pastor Irene, you are B positive. And AS. Okay. You are
A positive.
You are A positive.
Yes. AA.
You are AA. Oh, nice. I see. A positive. Me too, I'm A positive. A positive. I hear the A people, we have the purest blood. No, A positive. We have the purest blood. A positive. But the people who live long are the O positive people. That is what scientists say. Me, I don't know. That's what scientists say. Me, I don't know. And I hear when it comes to genotype, the AA people, you are more susceptible to malaria. Although you are the highest grade, malaria doesn't bypass you. I say, Momoja yede. Your blood smells nice for mosquitoes. The AA people, AA, I'm AA. I'm A positive. I'm O. Who is O negative here? O negative here. You are O negative. Are you very sure? O negative. Who is A negative? Whose blood group is AB? AB. I'm looking for somebody whose blood group is AB. Nobody here. AB. Don't let me say what it is before you lift up your hand and you tell me you are AB. Some of you are afraid what I'll say. So, who is AB here? It's not AB Abraham. Whose blood group is AB positive? I hear those people have the highest IQ. AB. Blood group AB. I hear they have the highest IQ. I don't know, but we all day inside. So if an A positive marries a B positive, there's a likelihood they will produce an AB child that has high IQ. So maybe I've given you. So when you are checking the packaging, you can also check this one and attach it to it, right? And or that one you don't mind. You look there. You still look at demonstration yesterday. Okay. Let me see if. So the genotype, at first I heard we had 3, but I hear we have 5. We have AA, we have AS, we have AC, we have SS, and we have SC. That's 5 types, right? We have AA, we have AS, we have AC, we have SS, we have SC. The weird ones are AC and SC. Those are not common, but they are there. If you are going to marry somebody, usually it's advisable that you go and have a blood checkup to check AA and AS before you decide to settle down with a person. Because whatever blood type you are, the genotype that you are, determines the kind of children you produce. You're understanding me, right? I'm taking it a step at a time. So, if you have 2 AS people marrying, AS means you have a sickling cell. Okay. So there's a normal cell in the human blood. But when somebody has a sickling cell, it's like the cell doesn't form so well. So maybe if everything is round, it's supposed to be round in the human body, that particular cell is a square. So the normal routine, it doesn't go too well. Everybody is supposed to flow this way. That S is flowing in another direction. I hope you understand me. I'm not a scientist. I'm a social scientist, but I'm trying to explain. I requested for something, Kobe, a video. Can it be played for me? I chanced on this thing today and I was heartbroken. Can I have it playing for me? Okay, let's listen to this guy.
Money for my treatment. Let me try and apply for assisted. It's called euthanasia. So that is usually the last option for a human being. Not everybody knows what you're going through.
Can you
takes,
hear? We can't hear. Can it be lowered a little bit? We can't hear anything.
You're not just smiling, but that is actually pain. Me, I don't remember the last time I was happy. Now that I'm unable to raise money for my treatment, let me try and apply for assisted. It's called euthanasia. So that is usually the last option for a human being. Not everybody knows what you're going through. It takes a bright person to look at you and know that you're not just smiling, but that is actually pain. Me, I don't remember the last time I was happy.
Okay, did you hear it?
Now that I'm
Okay, this guy is a sickling guy. He's a sickle cell patient. And he's from Kenya. This morning it came out that he's tired of the crisis he's going through. So he wants to raise money and request for mercy killing. He wants to die because he's struggling. The pain is unbearable. So he's come to a point that he wants to die. So he was appealing and in an interview, he was telling them that the next option for him is he's trying to get if people can come together and give him some money so that he travels to either Belgium or Germany to opt. He's opting for his death because he's struggling. Okay. This is what made me name today genotype compatibility. So this guy is SS. I called a doctor to check and understand this thing very well. So every human being will produce red blood cells, right? Red blood cells. A normal human being, an AA human being, like Mr. and Mrs. Ofori, if they produce the red blood cells, it lasts in the system for 4 months before they die off. Are you here with me? I'm not a scientist, but I'm trying to explain. It takes 4 months for the red blood cells to die off. By the time it dies off in 4 months, new ones would have come up, right, to replace the old ones. When you are an SS, you don't go up to 4 months. You go less than 4 months, but also by the time that the first cell die off, you would have had a replacement of your red blood cells. But if somebody is sickling, the maximum the red blood cells last in the person is 2 weeks. Are you here with me? Are you understanding me? So, as the red blood cells dies in 2 weeks, there aren't new one ready to replace it. So the person's crisis starts. And the red blood cells contain iron. And this iron, because they don't reach maturity and they die, they become too much in the person's bloodstream that they are stored in the person's liver and the spleen. And they cause liver problems and spleen problems. That is what makes them always go in pain. They say that their toxicity level is high. The liver cannot get rid of the iron because after every 2 weeks, there's so much iron in the blood that the liver cannot handle it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay. But one thing that these same people lack is zinc. So usually these people are put on zinc supplements. Because the red blood cells die fast, they don't have zinc, and copper is supposed to also help you produce more zinc. So these are all technicalities when it comes to somebody with sickle cell. So we usually hear people say, my child or my brother has a crisis, right? The person has a crisis. So it's like after every 2 weeks, there's a problem. The person has been admitted in a hospital, and you wonder, so would they be our yari? Yes, because something is not right. I hope we understand. No confusion. We understand very well. Okay. So why is it that? Please give me 2 Corinthians chapter 6, 14 to 18. 2 Corinthians 6, 14 to 18. Second Corinthians 6, 14 to 18. Can somebody help me read? Also for Clemens, the microphone is by you, so read it for me.
Second Corinthians 6:14, reading from the Amplified Version. Do not be unequally bound together with unbelievers. Do not make mismatched alliances with them, inconsistent with your faith.
Stay.
Okay.
You see, I was asking myself this question. We read this and we think of worldly people, demons. But as believers in church, do we check the genotype of the people we want to date or the people we marry? Even among Christians, an AS person is a human being, right? An AA person is a human being, right? A sickle cell patient is also a human being, right? But if you are going to marry and you are AS, they advise you that be careful, because if you marry an AS, there's a 1 in 4 chance that you have one child being sickling. You know that, right? So why is it that we are in church, but we don't weigh between the AS, the AA, and the siblings in church, and we marry? Then you hear people saying that Christian marriages are breaking apart. Yes, the fact that we are Christian doesn't mean you can marry every Christian. Did I just confuse you? Especially to the single ones. Did I confuse somebody? And is an AS person a human being or a giraffe? Let's not look far away when it comes to the scripture. There are some people, medical science tells you that you cannot marry. In that same way, as a Christian, there are certain Christians, they can be your friends, but you cannot marry them. Because if you marry them, the children that will come out of you will be bitterness, beating, slapping. This story, whenever I remember it, it gives me a headache. There was this woman who sang, and we loved her song. Ekuweme, Ekuweme, you are the living God. Who did she marry? Who did she marry? What was the man's profession? He was a what?
Pastor.
Was he in church? I hear they even met at a church program, right? Or at a lie. They didn't meet at the disco in church. And what was the pastor doing to her? Young brother. You see, there's another Christian sister who is crazy and would have slapped the man back. That is who that pastor should have married. You see, God has to arrange it. Let's leave unbelievers out. Am I safe? Can I continue? If you decide to go and marry, you see, somebody asked me about Samson the last time, right? That how is it that Delilah was able? Samson saw that Delilah was doing this, and I told the person simple. Samson had a self-worth problem. Samson got married to a woman. You see, the major agenda for God when it comes to Samson, God wanted somebody who was human but physically strong. There are people that God needed them to be spiritually strong. They come out once in a while. You see, the Elijahs, their ministries were different. They were all used by God, Abi. But Samson's own was Hewale, Bole. He wasn't Bole, he was short. But he was strong. Samson wanted a man who would stand in and fight the Philistines physically, not spiritually. The spiritual people should do their work. This one needed physical Hewale, and he was the man appointed for this. He went for a woman. I hear some people blame that is the woman he married that pushed him out. Whether it was the woman he married or himself, there was a pushing out. And he went to be with a harlot. You see, sometimes based on your assignments, it's not everybody that you can rob on. If you rob on a wrong person for once, your mentality is destroyed. Samson achieved what he was supposed to have achieved on earth. He killed how many thousand Philistines? But at the end of the day, he lost his life. I don't think it was God's plan for him to kill them and lose his life. He accomplished what he was supposed to do, but he lost his life in the process. Did we love the woman who sang that song? We loved her. But she lost her life in the hands of a stupid man who the parents couldn't put right. Some of you have kids, and these kids throw tantrums, and you can't say anything. You leave them, you go to the mall with your child, the child is rolling on the floor, crying everywhere. Oh, where their son or so, be an African parent. Slap that child. Let that child's mind go back to normal. Reset level. Where Abraham is not helping us. Oh. And those are the same people who are killing women. So we have men who nowadays feel that if I don't get what I want, I need to beat you. And they are in church. That's a sickle cell patient in church. They come to church, they stand in the choir, they lift their hands, they praise God. But their anger is such that when they're angry, anything they get, they'll throw it at you. And you see this guy, and you see that this guy, the hand of God is upon this guy. What, Madam Oberweiner, you also have to have a gene in you that when he throws you, you throw. Muku rianuma settle. I'm not telling anybody to be violent, but you see, it's high time that we get rid of some nonsense. Some sickle cell shouldn't dwell in our midst.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
Hey, and then me din say money power. Forgive me. How dare you raise your hand at somebody's child? You came in the name of I love you. I want us to live this life together. I want us to make a future. And after all this thing, we live in the same house, and you feel that I have turned into an idiot that you have to punch me to death. You are sick. Listen, I'm saying this and I'm being real. There are lots of people in this our generation, men in clerica, men in suit and tie, men in jalabia and everything. Some of them are mad. And they are well dressed. Because we don't see them naked, we feel they are normal. They are mad. So whenever, including women, sometimes they are wearing gowns as if they are going to holiness church. They tie their hair, wrap their body. Even if it's hot, they wear long sleeves, cover every part, claiming that nobody should see anything. But they are mad. And when you decide to marry, identify whether my AS and this person's AS will be adjustable, or whether the person is AA and I'm SS. We are all in church. We all serve God. But the children that will be produced out of us will not serve a good purpose. There are Christian women who don't want to marry again because they are so hurt. There are Christian men who have become single parents, men taking care of girls because somebody did them wrong. Mama minkuli danka cry say meniabre dudu maminja. Genotype compatibility. You see, how many people know Saul in the Bible? Let's talk about Saul and David. Let me check. Hey, time no go. How many people know Saul in the Bible? Who was he? Can somebody do? I am Saul, I am the. He was the first king of Israel, right? I am Saul, I'm the what? Give me, tell me. And what else? Oh, that's all you know. I am Saul, I'm the one that Goliath came and I couldn't fight. Abi? Or it wasn't Saul? Or it's not Saul? Okay. I am David. I'm a shepherd boy, Abi. You know David's elder brothers were with Saul. They worked under Saul. Even when Goliath was playing the buffoon, right? David would come bring them food and go back. So David decided one day that, as for this thing that is going on, let me get involved. David had won his own battles in his own way along life. And he decided that, as for this one, let me try and see if I can fight. Then, who went high and he went to Saul. Abi, that's the story. Please, if I am diverting from the story, draw my attention. Why? I don't want to add some to the Bible. So David was sent to Saul. And then Saul wanted to give David his armor to wear to go and fight. Abi. David tried it on and said, no, as for this one day, let me use what I know to fight this battle, right? David fought the battle, won, and became Saul's favorite. And didn't Saul love David initially? Was there any part in the Bible that said Saul hated David from the day they met? Was there something like that? Saul loved David. Or, I saw for the pastor should help me. Bishop is the only one to. You cry, you're a pastor. Sit down, sit down. Did Saul love David? Oh, Saul loved David. Okay. What happened that all of a sudden the love for David turned into hatred? What happened that all of a sudden that love, that's this person is so unique that this small boy can fight this battle, all of a sudden this small boy has become an enemy? It first started when the women started singing, Abi. Let me tell you something. Somebody can see you, admire you from afar for your strength, what you can do, how you stand in church and talk, how you preach, how you walk, how you carry yourself, how you are diligent with your work. They admire you for all these things. They decide to date you, and now they want you to wear their armory to work. Did I confuse somebody? Mrs. Ofori, please. Pastor Ofori. Sorry, Anna. Are you confused? Are you getting me? Are you getting me? Are you getting me? So, this person, Mr. Ofori sees. Send me the example. Mr. Ofori sees. Please sit down. Please sit down. Mr. Ofori sees Pastor Jocelyn. Let's say they are not married. Admire her every time when they said visitors, then she'll stand at the back and then she'll welcome them and all those things. Said, oh, this woman is so welcoming, beautiful. Oh, you see the way she smiles. I've never seen her frown. See the way she carries herself in church. So diligent with what she does. Then Mr. Ofori gets interested. Oh, Pastor Jocelyn, you are very beautiful. I like you. I like the way you carry yourself, everything. When you came, I was doing my work already, Abby. Now you tell me that, don't you think that when you are welcoming the people, you shouldn't hold their hand? Let them walk, okay? Let them walk upstairs. Don't hold their hand. He has started giving her armory, right? Are you getting me? Don't lose me. Very soon he'll be saying, oh, Pastor Jocelyn, don't you think when your dress is like this, the people you are welcoming will be seeing your kotoje? So sometimes let it be down like this. Before you came, I was doing my job. So what is this about my kotoje and about me not holding the souls and me? It's like, now, it's like I realize that you come to church at 6:30. Now make sure you come at 7 because I'm dating you. Are you here? Was that what Saul was doing? David went to fight, won the battle. The battle has been won. Now they are Mr. and Mrs. Ofori. Right? The thing that drew you to me is there. So now you are my wife. I need to do something to trap you so that I can be the only one to control you. So let me look for a wife for you. That is what Saul did. Saul wanted to give David a wife so that David would be loyal to only him. So David promised first daughter. Oh, I'll give my first daughter to you to marry. Edu so there was Hazan somewhere. And David gave the daughter to somebody. You can be married, you meet this man, he tells you all the sweet things, you marry, he tells you that, when we marry, I'll do this for you, I'll do this, I'll set you up. I realize that your business, if I can add 1 and 1 together, 2 and 2 together, 3 and 3 together. You marry and then whatever they promised, they've given it to their somebody else. That you wait when the next one come. Why did you deceive me? Deception in marriage. You love me, but you don't want my progress. You want to control me, but you don't want me to move. You don't want me to shine. You hate when you're you see, there are some people, if you marry them, and their own family members come and they say, hey, Pastor David, you're good. They get angry. Why is it that you are praising my wife? You are my family, you should praise me. Why is it that you are praising? And that gets them angry. So that day, for no reason, you cook and they will not eat. Oh, yare. SS. Let me tell you something. These are silent things that are happening in marriages. People are married to people, sleeping on the same bed with people, but they are the souls in their life. They hate to see people clap for them. They hate to see applause of men coming these people's way. And now they are on the same bed, but they are the worst of enemies. So people are in the same bed, in the same house, in the same church, serving the same God. But if I have to do something, I have to hide it from my husband or hide it from my wife. Otherwise, I cannot do it. So, me okay. And I'm in Kasa. You see, for somebody to identify, I cannot look at Pastor David and say that Pastor David is an AS or an SS, unless you go to somebody who works in the lab and who understand blood, the differences, how to get the blood out, how to screen the blood, right? So you come to church, you go through counseling. There are people above you, they tell you that this particular person, I don't think things look right. You are angry. Recently, a lady came to there's a girl I work with, and her cousin was going to get married. And then she told the cousin to come and make her things at my end. So this lady came, and as I was taking the measurement, she was like, Mommy, please, I'm pregnant, so don't let it be too tight. And I said, wow, really? You are pregnant? She said, yes. I said, okay, no problem. It's none of my business. She's not my church member, she's my customer. Me, when I'm doing business, my mind, no deal. So when I'm doing business, don't come near me and be doing of mommy. I don't like that. Sorry. Don't mind me. That's me. When I get up, I park my car and I sit draw front. Me, I like draw front too. Me trust seven. I'm quite cry. Me my sir. Let's put that aside. So if you see me in draw front, people, hey, approach me. I'll wave. Me, if I see you, I'll wave you. I'll call you wherever you are and wave you. It doesn't destroy who I am, does it? Does it make me SS? Does it make me an idiot? You see, so much packaging. So sometimes what we cannot even afford, we are killing ourselves to afford. That is just by the way. So this lady, when I took her measurement and everything and she left, and I told her sister that she should pack her things aside because we have to do it early and she should keep the measurement because I don't want us to do it and then as I was talking, I said something and I realized that the person that even brought her didn't know that she was pregnant. And I said, hey, sorry, medical concern. And she was like, Mommy, we all suspect it in the house, but nobody can say it because she hasn't said it. But our pastor is not for this marriage. And I said, so why is she going to get married? She said, no matter what you do, whether pastor is involved, pastor is not involved, parents involved, parents are not involved, she doesn't care. So she has lived with her auntie almost all her life. she called her mother from the village to come in. And according to the lady, she said everybody that has lived with that particular auntie has a big wedding before they leave. So she's also pushing to have a big wedding so that it wouldn't be like only her. She didn't have a big wedding. And I said, okay, it's none of my business, Abby. Me, I'm collecting my money. They did what they did. I hear the guy was a pastor in a church and not working, but he works in the church. Fast forward, after everything had been said and done, I hear the lady is back home and I asked why. They said, first, her pregnancy is off. Immediately they got married, everything got destroyed. 2, the boy said she can't, like too much pressure, so she should go home for a while. She should go home for a while. 3rd, they realized that the guy was not yet a pastor. He was somebody sleeping in the church. So the girl tried to paint the guy as a pastor so that the guy would be accepted by the family. Some of you, that's what you are doing. You are painting things, bringing it into church. When you come walk like this, dress like this, go to this department, do this, do this, do this. Within 3 months, then we marry. Continue. Arrange it for yourself. You are arranging excess into your home. Arrange it. You see, nobody will talk on me. Nowadays, I said, I won't talk plenty. If you do, I'll say, we thank God. It is so. Because when they are beating you, I'll be chucking my own somewhere. We cry that we are 21 plus. Now, you are going for SS and sickle cell. Let me tell you something. Things that are bright attract insects. They attract human beings. They attract demons. But it's up to you to decide what to maintain and what to let go. So the person you are with, have you weighed whether the person is SS or is AS? There are some things you can tolerate. You see, there are some ladies who might not go to church every day. They will not be in church every day. Sometimes they are just once a month church goers. But they are decent. They know how to talk. They know how to be submissive. They are good. They know how to work. They know how to put one and one together. They are A's. Their A is their Christianity. Their S is something. You can manage, right? You can manage. Kakara, hopefully your glory will rub on them. Because there's a scripture that says that when you marry an unbeliever, there's nothing. Pastor Pachobuami. Hey, now so for me, hamu. So also you suffer. Bible says when you marry an unbeliever, hey. Your conversation and the way you do it, you go about things can convert the person, right? You see, there are people that might not have come to your knowledge and your level in Christianity. And there are people who are kabai. Hey, they can pray and do this, roll, acrobat. When you go home, they'll still beat you. There are some people in marriages, that cannot talk. Because they invited a Saul, They thought they were fighting for all of them. But they realized that Saul waited. At a point, David had to run into a wilderness. And there are so many people in church. The truth of the matter is, it's in a wilderness, but they cannot say. They come out once in a while. Because whoever it is they are home with, the pain, the agony. She says, to me, this person will not even allow you to be. There are some people, they hate to see you happy. You are on the phone and you are chatting with your friends and you are happy. They will say something to bruise your ego and your image, and you put the phone down and you realize that you are useless. There are so many people who are married, especially women, and the women have ended up being a container of themselves, thinking that they are nobodies. And you see them in town and you wonder, is that lady the lady that used to have so much prospect, had so much feel? What happened to her? Love is sweet, but love can be dangerous. Love can break you apart, and love can make you a caricature of yourself. And it mostly comes about when you don't know who you are or discover who you are. If you don't know who you are and discover who you are, you will just allow anybody to come with words and wrap you. Yes, so I killed Goliath, but allow me to go. At the right time, I'll come back to the palace. Hello? Is somebody okay here? The person you are training now with, what is the person's genotype? You see, at the end of the day, if you marry a sickle cell patient, you might have a child that is AS. Whatever it is, but that child that is SS will suffer for the rest of his or her life. And there's an aspect of your marriage that if you marry the wrong person, that aspect of your marriage will suffer for the rest of its life. There are women who have to go and suffer and bring money home because the man will not lift a finger to do anything. He will not pay fees. Last week, Monday, I told you the story. He will not pay fees. He will not give you feeding money. He will not take care of the house. He will tell you to go to your parents and collect money. And the best he can do is continue impregnating you till you have 10 children. Some of them will run away. There will be nowhere to be found. After you have struggled to raise the kids, they will come back and say they are the father. So when the kid is coming to get married, they want to come and sit there and collect clothes. When they don't know how that child ate from day one till the child got to where that child is. There are women who are throwing their babies onto men and men's family and moving out. Hey, is somebody angry with me? Oh, smile small so that my heart will calm down. It's like you're angry. Oh, glad him smile, smile. Smile for me. What is it? Let me tell you something. There's no marriage that is perfect. That's why I said even the AA people that we think that they are not prone to sickness, they are the people who malaria attacks the most. They are the easiest for mosquito parasites. So everybody has an issue. But as everybody has an issue, you have to select the issue that will not give you headache and running to hospital and back every 2 weeks. Some of you, I've come across women who meet men and they feel that for me to take control in the man's house, let me carry up and give that plenty. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, bra. At the end of the day, I'm the madam. I'm the one who has most kids. They'll give 8 and they'll go and do 8 outside. If I give birth to plenty, then whatever it is, because it's coming from an affluent home, me to my children will be taken care of. And then, yes, your children will be taken care of, but sometimes the pain that comes with it. I'm going. Let me look for somebody's husband and let me marry the person and give birth. You look for somebody's husband. You marry, you give birth. But maybe that woman's prayer might let your children go astray. And that child that is going astray will cause you the most headache the rest of your life. Somebody's wife, that is what you want. Somebody's girlfriend. So you are praying that the person leaves so that you get there. You corner there. Hurry up. Let me tell you something. There's a type of man you can marry, like Abraham. How many people love Abraham in the Bible? How many people love Abraham? You know, there are some men, it's so easy to let them do things when it's in their interests. Nobody has looked at it from this point, but I'll say it. When it's in their interests. Abraham, go and impregnate Hagar. Go into Hagar. It was in whose interest? So what if Sarah has said, let me go into somebody? Would Abraham have said? So that one, Abraham didn't talk. Oh. He didn't even go to God to ask, say, is it the right? He said, I said, Sarah is the one who said, go and do this. So the man says that, okay, you see, the way things are going, let me use my money to build and use your money to take care of the house. Simple. Wait, they're saying, easy buntu. Then all of a sudden things turn around. Sarah says, let that woman go. Once in a while, definitely Abraham will go and trade feelings. Abi? Now the thing that is in my interest, I should let go, saying, why should I let go? If Abraham didn't know God, or if God didn't know Abraham, Abraham would have never let Hagar go. So if you marry a man who messes up but does not know God, you are in trouble. Your Hagar will be with you forever. And Ishmael will battle your Isaac for life. But at least, if he's Abraham, his heirs, his sickness is this. He wants to do it in his own interest. But when God speaks, he listens. He will come to his senses and say that, okay, I think I didn't do right by you. Let's try and make things right. And that is an heirs man. Baba, what sort of woman are you entertaining? So if that woman wants you people to take money to her family, go and build in her family house. She's so eager. That time she'll give you all the samrane, my baby, my love, my honey, my whatever, my sugar. You go. So you are doing things for this woman's family. When it's left to do something for your family, you everything. Your mother cry. Your mother is a witch. Your mother is a witch. The Lord showed me. The Lord didn't show you anything. You are selfish. You are so selfish. It's all about you. And people like that, if they don't have a little bit of God in them, that will break their conscience. You are in trouble because they always think about themselves. Who are you associating with? You heard Pastor Tony talking on his anniversary with his wife. And my bishop said, we still have issues, but God has been good. Hey, see, but I said it. The wife, I know. When you see the way the wife behaves in church, you see even Pastor Tony is not happy. You know everything. You are sick. You know, I know. Hey, sister. Sister. Peace FM, Kokro News. You know what? That is what he loves. That is what is managing. What has that got to do with you? Whether you know or you don't know, what has that got to do with you? He's handling his affairs. What has that got to do? Do you even know who you settle with? Whether you don't go for blood scan, you don't go for anything, you don't go for checkup. If they say to know, only you know what you are doing outside there. Love is supposed to be a beautiful thing. It's supposed to be a beautiful thing. It doesn't mean that it doesn't come with battles. No family is perfect. No human being is perfect. I remember when we went to the camp, I said this. There are so many families in the Bible. And I went and I scanned and I went to the family of Jesus. Joseph, Mary, Jesus himself. They go to church and they leave Jesus in church and they go home. Only for them to get home and remember that, oh, Major Jesus. Oh, sorry. Like some of you, you leave Jesus here. And you go home. So when you go home, you're a different breed. When you come here, you're a different breed. Different forecasts. Different. No family is perfect. But get into one that you can handle the imperfection. Get to one that, although there are flaws, you can cover it. Even your body has so much flaws. Some of you cover your flaws with makeup. Some of you cover your flaws with clothes. Some of you cover your flaws with good attitude. Some of you cover your flaws with so many things. Why is it that the man you are married to, the woman you are married to, you can't help cover their flaws? Some of you, sometimes when the face is too hard and too dry, when you put the makeup, it will crack and everybody will see. Some of you too, you are not flexible enough and succulent enough to be covered. Every day your story is out there. Every day your wife is out there. Every day your husband is out there. The day you come to church and they preach on submission, that day you submit to your husband. Tomorrow is another ball game together. The Bible says a man who does not work should not. So you, papa, can we scan ourselves? Can we scan our partners? Can we scan who we are deciding to settle with? Me, my own is not perfect. If I tell you my marriage is perfect, I'll be a liar. You see, that is why some of you go to social media and you are confused because and you said, hey, this marriage counselor came to do this and the person is doing. No marriage is perfect, but we all learn. We all try. We all manage to make sure that it works. And that's all for me, boy. You think Reverend Yalley is school job, eh? Now, when you see me sitting down quiet like that, you think me, oh, I'm shy. Me, I'm very, very quiet person. I'm shy. Or I'm not. Am I quiet? I'm not quiet. Hey! Oh, I'm quiet, oh. I'm quiet. Oh, Eresi said I'm quiet. I'm very quiet. Am I quiet? Pastor Richard, am I quiet? Gladys, am I quiet? I'm not quiet. Oh, I'm quiet, oh. Barbara, am I quiet? I'm not quiet. Hey, it's because you see me here doing this. So after this, I don't talk again, no. Maria, am I quiet? Hey, Maria, you have betrayed me. You broke my heart. Josephine, am I quiet? Hey! Oh, Michael, am I quiet? Oh, Michael, you see, Michael said I'm quiet. Is my husband quiet? You see, let me tell you something. My husband is only loud in church. Oh, yeah, giddy, come to my house and see who is in charge. Come and let me show you. You see, that's the deception, oh. That's the deception. That's the deception. So you know something. When something happens, there's a likelihood that somebody will say that the wife is very quiet and cannot do that, but it's the man. And there are some people who will say that the wife is loud, the man is quiet, but you don't know the full details. You don't know. Reverend Yalley, no spirit in the Bible. So you see, when the spirit of the Lord is upon, then he's doing stuff. That spirit, when it gets there, I don't talk. Me, spirit things. I'm quiet. But when it comes to physical, I'll let you know that we are physical. Like, you are Francis, I'm Nana. Now let's come to put the Bible down. You see, it's not me and you. You see, we marry people we are shy of one. Until it gets to a point that we cannot face them and tell them certain things. So many people we are dying. You see, you are going to marry the guy, but you don't know. There's something in you that tells you that this thing is scary. You can't even confront the person with this thing that you feel. Be careful. If I cannot warm up to you and tell you that, Clement, this thing on your chest, I don't like it. Remove it, and next time let it be plain. And we'll understand, and we'll fight, and we'll settle. We can't go far. Because one day I might see more, and I will not talk, and it will turn into something else. So if we've now met, let me talk about it. You see, when you meet people, put that, I get the feeling and I'm shaking and not that shyness thing. You're shy. But then you are shy. Or how shall I shy? Then you can't talk. Then you are shaking. For how long will you shake? For how long will you shake? Let's learn, if you are married, let's learn to love right. Love is a journey that is not easy. I tell you. There is nothing easy about marriage or about love. It's soothing. It gets to a point that is soothing. But there are people who are married and they have to run to the world and they can't run to their partners. I read something, some people's comments. I went to a page and I was reading some people's comments. Somebody said, I'm in debt. I can't talk to my husband about it. Somebody said, I want to kill myself. I cannot talk to my partner about it. Then why are you there? Some of you are so concerned about the world that you've left your home to suffer. But the Bible says if you cannot take care of your home, you cannot take care of a church. You cannot take care of a company. Don't be proud if the world is hailing you that your business is skyrocketing, but your home is in shambles. You haven't done well. And it's so common for us to put so many things right. So many things right. And leave our homes to rot. Our wives are in pain. Our husbands are in tears. Our children, we are not there for our children. We don't listen to our children. We've given the responsibility to raising our next generation to house helps. Only God knows what we are teaching our children. Helps are good, but don't let them be the first point of call for your child. No, it's not right. So I tell men that, listen, if you are going to marry a woman, remember that you are marrying a woman who is going to raise your next generation. If that woman will not be homely enough to raise your next generation, be careful. It doesn't matter the amount of money that woman brings in. If your next generation is destroyed, your legacy is destroyed. Abby? Somebody called me this afternoon. It's been a very long time I spoke to this person. So I was surprised when he called. He called me and he was like, oh, Auntie, yeah, I miss you. Then we talked, we laughed. And he asked me, when did Eresi grow? And I laughed. And I said, why? She said, I heard Eresi ask a question yesterday. And I was so surprised. And I said, yes. You think it's small. You think sometimes I don't get tired. You think I don't get tired? Getting up in the... my mother... Pastor John, is it easy? Getting up in the morning, getting children ready, taking them to school. Then when you come back, you have to attend to your husband. You have to clean. You have to do what? Check your children's homework. When you finish, you give your husband food. You give him food and food. Then when we say you are tired, you don't understand. You see, women are the type... Oh, please sit down. When a woman gives birth, it's like your life has been put on hold. There are so many things you cannot do again unless your children reach a certain age. Even that one you're careful now. Obani do age, we are back on one back to you so that you become a nanny. So for the rest of your adult life, you are taking care of children. And it's not easy. Sometimes you want to be alone. Sometimes you need some me time. At first, I was the one taking my daughter to school. Me realized it said the stress was too much, so I assigned the father that now you do the take and I do the pickup. Sometimes he wants to push it on me, but no, because my sacred time is the time that I push them out and lock the gates and I'm alone in the house. My goodness, the papa. When it happens that way, my phone has a service that when you call me, it's on, but it will not come through. It will tell you my phone is busy. Between that 7 o'clock, 7:15 to 9 o'clock, my phone is busy. I can praise, I can dance, I can sleep, I can eat, I can do whatever. Sometimes I sleep, I say, oh, life is good. Then I have to get up and go to work. Then my day starts. Sometimes you need that alone time. But you need to be there for the family you are raising, for the legacy you are raising. Because of your tomorrow, don't just associate with anybody. Some of you, the glory on you is so big that the devil wants you to locate somebody who would temper with that glory. David was supposed to be a king, but before David, Saul died, but other people had to take charge. Before David went into a wilderness, and some relationships are there. If you enter it, they will push you into a wilderness. You become a caricature of yourself. Then you don't know yourself. You wonder, then you ask for mercy killing. You want people to give you money for you to kill yourself because you feel you are not worth it because of a wrong relationship. Check yourself. Check your association. Check who you are marrying. And if you are married, be tough. Discover yourself in a marriage. You might have married wrong and you feel that I made a mistake. Yes, you made a mistake. But you can turn things around for your own good. I believe that. It is not the slapping part. The slapping part, there if it comes in, me, myself, I'll help you. I'll take you to what you will lock the person up. But I believe that you can turn things around in your marriage. And it takes wisdom and counsel. Amen. Any questions for me? I had some questions from yesterday and I want to answer them. Somebody sent me a question that my husband wants to my partner keeps telling me to package myself like his friend, another lady, a girl. Say any girlfriend, say any partner, say any then whatever it is, I don't know. You see, sometimes it's not bad, but sometimes the way you throw that question or you tell a woman that is what brings the problem. Do you understand what I just said? If I tell my husband that, don't you see the way Pastor David dressed like Pastor David? It's an insult, right? But there's a way I can tell my husband that, oh, I've gone to buy a fabric. I want to sew a style that looks like Pastor David's own. Will you want to try it? Oh, no, I don't. Oh, let's just try it. It's my money. Let's just try it. I think you feel attractive in it. And who here will not listen to what I'm saying? So sometimes the way you communicate it, maybe as a man, the other lady dressed in a way that attracts you. You want your wife or your girlfriend to look that way. Don't impose it. Be sensible and communicate it well. And let the person not feel that I'm not good enough. And somebody to ask me a question that I listened to the message and I heard that after 35 and the IVF, yesterday if you read you go to the message, you hear it. IVF and egg bank and all those things. So what should I do? Should I get somebody to impregnate me so that I can give birth and be free, so that I know that I have a child? You see, whoever you give birth to, the person becomes a part of your life for life. Whoever you give birth to, no child has the DNA of one person. And sometimes the sad thing is that when you give birth to somebody who you don't like, the child ends up behaving exactly like that person that you don't like. So I'll tell you that there's something the medical practitioners call protecting your future fertility. Go to the hospital, do a hormonal test, check on yourself as a woman, check on your eggs. It's expensive, but do it. It's for you. It's not for me. The test is not for me. Some of you, you make money and you prefer to take it to funerals and give it to other people for them to call you champions. But when it comes to checking up on your own self, you feel you are doing yourself disservice. If you don't live, what is your life worth? If you work and you don't live, what is the work for? Go and check on yourself. There are so many things you can do. Sometimes there are some doctors that will put you on folic acid, B12, and all those things based on your blood type. So as I'm saying, don't just go and buy it. Go and talk to a doctor. See a doctor. There are some who prescribe a drug called Quenzan 10 or ubiquinol. It's very expensive. Some is even 700 Ghana cedis for a bottle. And that will be able to protect a woman, especially your eggs, because your eggs become thin as you grow. So it will protect your eggs, make you ovulate quality eggs. It will protect a man's sperm. There are so many things out there. So get knowledge and you'll be fine. If you are confused, see me in person. I'll educate you. I hope I've answered these two people's question. Yes.
Question. How do you maintain a healthy balance between spending quality time together as a couple and nurturing your individual interests, and also finding outside of your relationship?
The question again.
How do you maintain a healthy balance between spending quality time together?
That question was asked yesterday, or there was a similar question like that was asked yesterday about quality time and other people. Please ask again.
Spending quality time as a couple and nurturing your individual interests and having delays. What the person has written here. Let me go to the next question.
I'm coming. Let me address this one more time. Your happiness does not depend on your partner. Your happiness, My happiness does not depend on Reverend Yalley. If I cannot make myself happy, Reverend Yalley is supposed to top up, right? Escalate my happiness. If I cannot make myself happy and I'm at ground zero, it will be difficult for him to lift me from ground zero to 1. If I'm at 1, I become more excited that I can easily move from 1 to 2. So listen, I tell people that learn to make yourself happy. I said I posted this thing on my Facebook wall. Michelle Obama said that at a point in her marriage, she thought her happiness depended on her husband, Barack Obama. So she realized that her husband is independent and she's also independent. So she had to work on herself. Some of you are just going into marriage because you feel that it is somebody who will qualify you or make you happy. If you cannot make yourself happy, madam, you get into the marriage and you will still not be happy. I'm telling you for a fact. Learn to make yourself happy. That's what makes quality time interesting. My husband just sent me a message. He said, good message, pizza for you. The pizza they are collect, but me, pizza they raise to eat, I need money. So I'll collect. So if I don't excite myself, I'm expecting pizza to make me excited. And some of you, it's pizza that they used to dada you. Pizza. If you don't have inner joy, pizza will not do anything. After you eat it, it's gone. You feel there's no, some of you too, you feel the only way to be happy is to have sex. So after the sex, and if it doesn't go well, then you are some way. Then back to reset mode. Make yourself happy. It's very important. Yes.
Mami, there's a question. It says, what if after
our medical checkup, we realized that we are not compatible in terms of genotype. But we are so much in love that we want to compromise and adopt healthy kids. What problem can we anticipate?
You can anticipate having sickling children. You can anticipate that you need a lot of money because every 2 weeks you'll be going in and out of the hospital. You can anticipate that you have a lot of sleepless nights. If you want to battle all that, why not? I'll allow you to go. It's your battle, it's not my battle, Abby. Anna, me, I don't stop people like that, or I have to stop you. It's not good. It's not good. I have to. It's not my happiness, or it's my happiness. I have educated you. So if after all the education, you say love is the ultimate, why not? Love yourself as Christ loved the church and gave himself sacrifice. If you still want to go, I will allow you to go. But I'll educate you and tell you that where you are going, you have sleepless. You know, if you know all these things, then you'll be ready for the battles, right? Then when they come, you don't get frustrated. You need a lot of money. So you should have a business that will give you a lot of money so that when you have all those medical bills, you can pay them. There, you see, the solution to sickle cell anemia, they say, is bone marrow transplant. Bone marrow transplant. It's like they are changing the blood in you to give you a different set of blood so that the spoiled one will be taken out. It's very expensive. And there's a chance that it might not work. It can lead to death. So if you want to experiment, why not? Go ahead. I will clap for you. You see, the next time I come and stand here, I might use your case as an example to educate somebody. Okay? So why not? Feel free. Any other questions for me, please? Any other questions for me? Is David coming? Okay.
Hello. Well, good evening.
Good evening, David.
Okay, so using the topic, especially the compatibility part, I like the scenario how you presented it using the AS, the SS, and the A. So I want to find out in church, as we are believers, because of the concept of faith and believing that with God all things are possible. Usually, as single people like maybe myself, when you let's say find someone in church or a fellow believer you want to settle down with, or you want to start dating, sometimes, like I said, because of faith, you may believe that, okay, even if the person is SS, maybe by your perspective, with God all things are possible. So through the word of God, as you spend time in church, all that, maybe some of those things, or the maybe carnal behavior, other things will fall off, and then the person will become AA. But I just want to know, is there a general criteria, maybe some 5 qualities that you shouldn't compromise on before deciding to settle down on a fellow believer, that you are looking out for? Maybe does the Bible really give? Because if we use the 1 Corinthians, the love is kind, love is, I don't think we may be able to see all those things fully in a believer to say that, okay, the person checks all of them 100%, so now I can settle with the person. But are there some maybe 5 general qualities, or maybe 6, or I don't know, is there a scheme that you can say, if I have maybe these 5 or these 6, I think that it's a green light, I can move, and then maybe along the way the word of God will add the rest.
Okay. Stand. Please don't go. You see, when it comes to men, sometimes I think yours is easier. I think in Proverbs, it talks about an adulterous woman, right? Yeah. A woman you should stay away from. Or it's not in the Bible?
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
Have you, a strange woman, right? Have you read it before? Have you read it before? Eh? Have you read that scripture before?
Yeah.
Do you know what is there?
The
Can
strange
you,
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read through
You've read through.
Them,
Can we have that scripture? Can we have the scripture on a strange woman? It's in Proverbs. Sophie, who is on your seat? Proverbs 6. Who is on your seat? To keep you from the immoral woman, from the... Oh, can you give me... To keep you from the immoral woman, from the seductress with her flattering words. Yes. Oh, who leaves the companion, husband for her youth, and forgets the covenant of her God? Can I have King James, New King James version or something? Please start from the beginning. Also for David. You're a Christian, right? You there, you are a Sopho. But me and you there, we know you are a Sopho. Or you don't know? You don't know. You don't know. You are now getting to know. But me and you there, we know. Or we don't know. What do you like about a woman? With all, I'm coming. You went to Tech, right? Yeah. With all the ladies you met in Tech, what attracted you to that particular woman? You know that particular woman, Abby?
Mommy, my question is a general question.
Your question is, no. So I'm asking it in a general way. I'm using you as an example.
You said that woman. Your own is specific.
Yes, because I'm using you. You are now the specimen for generality. So what made you get attracted to that particular woman? Because you were part of a Christian organization on campus. All the ladies there, that particular woman.
Mommy, the woman was attracted to me. So.
Which is, I didn't get that too.
He said what attracted me to the woman, saying that the woman was also attracted to me.
Why is it that you didn't pick any other person but this particular? So she was the one who made the move.
No,
why
did
you accept?
Made the move. It was
both
mutual.
of you. It was mutual.
Yeah.
So why you had an opportunity to reject it? Why did you accept?
I mean, the connection was there.
The connection was there.
It was pairing.
So now I have betrayed you that you have somebody, right?
Oh, yes.
So those who are looking, don't look there because he's occupied. Yeah. But you are occupied or you are not. Fully. Yes. A very good woman at that. Yeah. Very, very, very loyal woman. I'll give her a thumbs up for that. You know she's loyal, right?
Yeah.
She has been there for you, right?
Yeah.
So there are qualities that you saw back then that you realize that even if things go bad, this is somebody who can be there for me. You didn't have the full picture, but you sensed based on one or two things that she did, that she can be loyal. And you know there are people back then who, if you had been with, they would have left you by now. Everybody is attracted to their own kind. And based on their own, we fall based on our own lusts. The things we lust after. Let me tell you something. The person is a Christian, How genuine is the person's Christianity? If your Christianity were to be fake, you would have fallen for a fake Christian. It would have been so easy because the connection would have been so swift. You are both Wagadre. So the Wagadriness would have worked so fast. But it was easy for you to see her genuineness and for her to see your genuineness. There's something God put in man called intuition. If you joke with it, it will joke with you. Sometimes you know the person is not right. But when blood rushes to the wrong part and you let the blood rush into the wrong part, make the mistake, and you don't allow the God in you to let you make a decision, you go wrong. If I give 5 things, somebody will take a wrong thing and take home and said, I am the one who gave the 5 criteria. Meanwhile, I haven't said anything.
You have given one.
Which one is that? But when I said it, you've heard it.
Yeah.
Eh?
You've given one. You said it starts by you being genuine. So,
you being genuine.
Yes.
So
your Christianity has to be genuine.
Okay.
That's the only way you find
So yesterday, I talked about being yourself, and asking people, who do men say I am? So who you are makes you know who you can be attracted with and who you can be with. If you don't know yourself, you attract wrong people. That is one thing. If you are loyal, you easily identify somebody who is loyal. You get attracted to a loyal person.
Point 2.
I've finished. Next question.
Mommy, it says, how do you deal with a controlling partner you are not yet married to?
A controlling partner you are not yet married to. If you can stand it, stay. If you cannot stand it, run. If you are seeing it now and it's worrying you, run. But if you love him and the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, stay and enjoy it. There are some people who love to be controlled. It helps them. So I cannot tell you to stop. Some people too love to be beaten. So if you enjoy being controlled, be there. If you don't enjoy it, run. Yes, next question.
My question is, what's the difference between you being submissive and being controlled? Because one would say, okay, you're always adhering to your husband's needs and wants. So how do you know the difference?
Being controlled is doing things against your will. Being submissive is doing things because you love and you are doing it willingly. And you're shit. Let me tell you something. My husband can come home at 3 a.m. and I'll wake up and cook for him. Not because I'm afraid of him, because I can tell him to go and sleep because he didn't come early. But I willingly do it because I love doing it and taking care of him. That's a submission. If he comes and he has to come and stand on me and tell me that, don't you know that I'm in the house? You have to get up. That is control. And that one, me too, I'll tell him some. But you see, I will not wait for him to come and tell me. I'll wait at the door for him. Because I genuinely love him and I genuinely submit to his authority. It's a genuine thing. I don't force it. That is me. So if you are being forced, there's a question mark. Don't say I wake up at 3 a.m. so you go and tell somebody to wake up. I beg, oh. I beg. That is me, my cross. Don't allow somebody to carry a different cross. Yes.
Please, it says, when one partner desires an open relationship or polyamorous arrangement while the other prefers monogamy, how can they negate this complex dynamic while maintaining the trust and respect for each other's boundaries?
If online, polygamous, monogamous, hey. Polygamous simply meaning the person believes in marrying more than one. And you believe in marrying one. If you don't believe in it, why are you with the person? You see, sometimes we worry ourselves. So I don't even know why we give ourselves so much pressure. You are with somebody, the person keeps telling you that, I believe in marrying more than one. If you can stay there, stay. If you cannot stay, go. What is the problem? It's like somebody is putting a gun at your head to stay. The person believes in this. I don't believe in it. Is it by force? Somebody believes in Jesus. You believe in Muhammad. Is it by force? Should I force you to believe in my Jesus? No. Let my life and my character let you believe. Let your life and your character let me also believe. Isn't it as simple as that? Let's not complicate our love issues. Please. Yes.
Yeah, mommy.
Yes.
Owing to the fact that if two incompatible partners get married, they might, give birth to children who are sicklers.
Yeah.
And that will be wickedness on their parts to the children, to the unborn child or children.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think should be the stand of the church when they found out that two people are not compatible and they have come for counseling and they are hell-bent on getting married?
The church can only advise. The church cannot enforce.
Okay. But personally, I believe there should be a law by the country. We should stem down to the church.
Mr. Adetona.
Yes, ma'am.
We can put a law,
Yeah.
But if they go and hide and they do it and they bring a baby, what can you do?
Wow.
So the best is to educate the mind for the person to understand the consequence. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I got you.
If you understand that, some people, I take it that they don't know. That is why you go through counseling. I counseled a couple. I believe they are online. During counseling, I think I spelled out, we were talking about the responsibilities of a husband and the responsibilities of a wife. And then we said, what can you do and what you cannot. The man said, for the first time, the man said, if you have a car and I have a car, there's a likelihood that I will not pay your roadworthy and I will not pay your insurance. That is your own bill. I'll settle other bill apart from that.
Okay.
The lady came out of counseling and was like, Mommy, why did he say that? And I said, he's being real. If you can take it, marry him. If you cannot take it, leave. The truth is that when they got married, the man has not allowed the lady to pay her own bill. The man is paying it. But at that point, to him, he felt that you have your life, I have my life. But they've grown to an understanding. So it all starts here. I can tell you that it is not good. There are so many people you can meet them and you realize that this marriage is doomed for the rocks. You can say anything. You can pray. You can take stone and throw at them. I have a dog in the house. You get up in the morning and there are 4 female dogs at your gate. We can chain this dog. We have beaten this dog. We can do anything. Immediately, small space, the dog will run after the females. There are some people, they are like that. They will go out, they will come with trouble. But what can you do? I will educate you. But the truth of the matter is the pain that comes with it. You will feel it. I will not feel it. I'll just counsel you.
Okay, ma'am. How about the church reaching out to the parents of these couples and then informing them of the impending
Do you
doom?
know that sometimes the parents, they know?
Really?
Do you think they don't know?
Wow.
You see, marriage is not our basic. It starts from home before it comes to the church. So before a couple come, you should have done due diligence in church. If you pick a form, Pastor, we ask you whether you've gone to see the family to make your intentions known. In our Ghanaian tradition, you go and do kokoko to make the family know that you are with this person. In case anything happens, they know that this is the person you are with. So there are times the family knows. But if the family says no, what can the church do?
Thank you, ma'am.
Any questions for me? But we'll take it into consideration, Mr. Adetun.
Mommy, please. This one says, if the mother of the man I'm dating insists I perform wife duties for her to assess whether I will be good for her son. This
If the what?
If the mother of the man I'm dating insists I perform wife duties for her to assess whether I will be good for her son. This includes washing, running errands, and cooking sometimes with my own money. What do you do?
You see, I had a young lady some time back saying that she fell in love with a guy and she would go and be fetching water and doing everything. The guy went and that was it. The mother said, don't come again. Your end has come. You see, it's difficult too. You yourself, what is your take on it? Do you want to be used? So if they assess and you are not good enough, will they dump you? To them, what is their standard? What is their criteria? To them, what is good? For you to be able to cook kokonte or rice water, to them, what do they classify as good? If you can't, think about yourself. Otherwise, you'll be used and dumped.
Next question. What do you do when you are dating someone who is good, but is very stingy?
I'm coming. The next thing too is that let the woman go with her family to go and do knocking. Then you can start. Yes, next.
What do you do when you are dating someone who is good, but is very stingy, and expect you to make your own money? The partner says, when you get married, he will take care of you. But since you are dating, he won't be giving you money.
Oh, he can be a good person. That's an AS career. So if he wants you, if he's good, everything adds up and you can work for your own money. Why not? Work for your own money. Maybe along the line he might change. If he doesn't change, at least you've learned to be independent and to make your own money. It doesn't spoil anything. If you work and you have your own money and he works and he has his own money and you can link up at a point, what's the big deal? I don't think there's anything wrong. Sometimes we make it as if it's the responsibility of every man to take care of us. The money they give us is what shows that they are good men. No, it shouldn't be a criteria. I hope I've answered the person's question.
Okay. The next question says, is it possible to have a couple that are compatible with genotype and still produce an improper baby?
Improper baby, there are other blood-related diseases. But when it comes to genotype, when you are AA, your partner is AA, you can't get an AS child or an SS child. No, it's not possible. You can have other deformities. Other things might be in the blood. There are times that there are kids that during birth, when a child stays too long in the birth canal and loses oxygen, the child might come out with some brain problems. Sometimes autism and all those complications, sometimes based on some drugs you take and other things. That doesn't come from being AA or AS. It comes from sometimes the drugs, sometimes the process of birth and stuff like that. It's all parts. So, no. Any other question for me, please?
This one says, can you kindly ask a follow-up question for me? Okay, the person is asking me, so can I demand a DNA test if I suspect the baby we produce doesn't reflect our genes?
Yes. You see, I don't know why sometimes some of you women, you get so jittery and so angry when somebody demands a DNA test. Let the person go and do it. What's the big deal? There are some people who are so afraid they will fight. I'll never agree. Then it means there's something suspicious. If it's real, if that baby is yours, and the person wants to ascertain whether the baby is his or not, let the person go and do a DNA test. Prove yourself right. Let your conscience be clean. If the person goes and is positive, let the person's own conscience judge him and not you. Why are you fighting if you know it's right? And now, next question. Two more questions and we are done.
This one says, what if the man doesn't tell you he wants to marry more than one wife? before marriage and only tells you he wants to be polygamous after marriage.
Polygamous means more than one wife. No. What do you mean by he doesn't tell you? He said he wants to be polygamous. What's the meaning of being polygamous? He's told you.
He says if he doesn't tell you, then after.
After you are married,
Yes.
he tells you that.
Yes.
Pray for him. But you see, let me tell you something. There are things as believers we should watch. If you are going to marry somebody, watch the sort of family they come from. Sometimes you don't watch that. You watch the church they go to. Watch the family they come from. Are the parents still together? What happened that the parents are not together? Is the father polygamous? The mother? How are they? Like, check all those things. That will inform you the sort of DNA in the person's blood. In the olden days, before somebody allows their child to marry you, they do all those research. In this day and age, we claim we are wise, so we don't do it. They'll go into your family and check. That time, there was no science, right? So they'll check if there's madness. How do they check? By asking. Asking around, inquiring about how children who come from that family behave and all those things. Nowadays, we claim that we are in love, so we don't check all those things. Even your mother-in-law's behavior should show you the sort of things you are going to face. But you don't check that. You are all nice and you feel that once people smiling, all smiles are not the same. Be wise and weigh all these things before you make a decision.
A question. Does your blood type affect your sex life? I am O, my partner is B, but he likes too much sex.
As for that one, Pastor David, I'm a social scientist. I'm not a biological scientist, so I don't know. The only thing I know is that I think SS people have a problem because it doesn't, especially with the males, SS people have a problem with their manhood formation. The sickle cell people, they have a problem when it comes to the formation from a very early age, the formation of their manhood. Sometimes it becomes smaller than it normally should be because of the iron and zinc complications.
So the blood type doesn't determine whether you like sex too much?
I don't know. Okay. I can't tell. Even there, people are now categorizing that EWES are more sexually prone because of the okra and things they eat too. Me, I don't know. I'm a social scientist, so I don't know. I don't know. Yes.
Well, but this one says, how can I reconcile with and desire to be involved in ministry despite feeling conflicted about this seamless life?
Hey, question no door so bro. Mami ntie bio kabio.